That's bad. Whew.
Man, what a row.
Yeah. Man, it smells dog shit over here.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, that ground's really fucking soft out there.
Yeah, it looks like you made a mess.
Fuck, I was almost down to the bumper. Like, oh shit.
What's up there, little truck? You just charging the battery on the trailer? Or...
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I was hoping to beat the rain today.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain for what? It's 3 days? It's just sprinkling now.
Yeah. Thought it wasn't supposed to rain until 3. What a truck. Whoever built this, top notch.
Hell, I can pull the truck out. You gonna pull this in there?
Sure. I need to get a funnel for the gas. So we finally got some decent weather. Figured we'd mess with the S10 a little bit, the Dime a Dozen S10, the dirt cheap thrills S10. And might take it to the track this weekend. Don't really know. Kind of depends on how today goes, because I haven't had the chance to really mess with the tune much, and just kind of cruise it around, see how it does. I'm gonna throw some fuel in this thing because I've only ever put 3 gallons in it, and we've let it idle and all that quite a bit. And then we'll pull it up to the garage. Got to throw some oxygen sensors in it because I just have them blocked off for now. Man, look at this. Look at this windshield. Yeah, and just kind of enjoy this truck a little bit. So if you haven't seen the buildup of this truck, this was trying to build a mid 12-second vehicle for not really as cheap as possible, but we were mimicking the Hot Rod Cheap Thrills Dart, where they were trying to go 12s for $2,000 back in 92 or whatever it was, 93, 94, somewhere mid-90s. And we got this thing with a 5.3 sloppy stage 2 cam, eBay shorty headers. This thing should run 12s, and I've got, well, originally with the 6.0 that was $1,200 I think. That thing, rest in peace. We were at $3,700. With this 5.3 I got it for free on trade, so we're in the neighborhood of $2,500. So we're in the neighborhood of $2,500, which I think is pretty fair for what we got going on here. So I'm gonna get this thing over to the hoist and throw some oxygen sensors in it, throw some fuel in it too, and then we'll see what we can do. Cool. Yeah, you can drive it.
I'll drive it in there.
Oh, I don't think you've driven it yet, have you?
Oh, I've driven it, you just don't know it.
That checks out. Woohoo! Sounds good for just a stock 5.3 with the cam. There we go. Stock 5.3, little baby radiator, little baby cam. I do want to pull this header off and see if we can fix it.
Thing is, man, that thing looks like it's right back in there where it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's got to be such a small gap.
Then again, once it's been run, I could always retighten it again.
True. Yeah, this truck needs something right here.
Called turbo?
No, I was thinking something belt driven.
Oh, like blower?
Yeah.
Supercharger?
Still have to wire the fans up too.
Oh, yeah.
Or fan. Alright. Well, we'll get this thing up in the air, throw some fresh oxygen sensors in it, throw some fuel in it, and I'll probably just put it down the road. Didn't I? I would have swore I tossed him in here. Where did he go? Did you grab them out of here?
What?
Did you grab the oxygen sensors?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I can't find them. All right, got the O2 sensors in. Nice and easy to get to, honestly. So I think the next thing we got to do, finally wire up this fan. Even though last time we took it down the road, took it give or take a mile away, made a nice little hit, came back. I think it got up to like 210, and that's kind of where it hovered. So it was also pretty cold out that day. So, but I was surprised by that. So we'll wire up the fan. I'll throw the laptop on it. Unfortunately, it's already starting to rain a little bit, so we're not going to get to do too much. But, you know, maybe this weekend. Alright, got the fan. Alright, got the fan all wired up. I'm not going to say that I did an amazing job, but I did maybe a notch or two better than a total hack job. So I did tie it into a wire coming off the fuse block, so that's good. Through a relay too. Check that out. And just got it zipped there. Gotta do another zip tie right in here somewhere so it doesn't get squashed in the control arm, but should be good. Grounded to a ground off the block there. So let's fire it up. Let's fire the fan up. Hopefully the fan doesn't fire up. And see how it does. Ignore the fuel pump. This thing's switch on, fuel pump on. Oh, she moving. Oh, damn. Yeah, that thing's moving some meat. Golly. I can feel it sucking through there, too. Heck yeah. We are in business. Ah. Man, somebody really needs to take care of that junk down there. Not me, though. Yeah, this thing's moving some meat. We are in business. All right. Someday, I'll change that radiator hose, but that day is not today. So, O2 sensors in, fan is wired up. We're pretty good. The only downside about that, I guess it's not really even a downside. I was going to say that it'll probably take this thing a little bit to get up to temperature. Not the end of the world, but something worth noting. So, I can now, man, whenever I get this thing back to my place, I'm going to have to put something over that bright white wire down on that black frame, because it just sticks out like a sore dick. Yeah, I can throw the laptop on it and fire this thing up, see how it's idling, because when I pulled the plugs, is this one still here? I didn't think about showing you guys, but when I pulled the plug, it was black. So I don't know if it's too far off to correct itself. And like I said, our first video of driving this thing, this tune is for a slightly similar build. It's a 1980 Camaro that I did like a few lifetimes ago. that had a 5.3 long tubes, different cam, different intake. So I knew it wouldn't be identical, but it seems to fire right up for the most part. So that's pretty good. So let me get the laptop on this thing and see how it's doing. You're not important. All right. Turn you on. Start scanning. Come on. Come on. I know it's been a little bit, but start scanning. You are ass. Okay. Gathering info. Gathering courage. Scanning. Let's see if this thing fires up. Won't even touch the throttle. You'll be able to see because TPS is right there. Those should be fluctuating. Yeah, it's way rich right now, but we'll let it get up to temperature.
Sounds a hell of a lot better.
But it should start correcting itself. Yeah, it's pulling out fuel there.
Oh, now it's starting to move.
Yeah. This one could be getting a fucked up reading from that exhaust leak. Yeah, you can see this one's starting to come to life. It's starting to get itself figured out. This one, I think it's because that header leak, it doesn't know what's going on. So got to get that fixed, which means probably pulling the header off and trying to straighten that flange out. Because right now that flange looks like this. Dropping this down to 800. We're sounding pretty good at 800. Yeah, see how it hangs there at about 1,000 before dropping back down to 8? Well, let's see if this thing will do a burnout. And that'll tell us a little bit of the under load conditions. I thought this thing had an open diff, but it looks like it spun both tires. Crazy. I'll take it though. I thought I was gonna have to weld this thing up. Yeah, you can see the O2s are starting to work now, so that's pretty good. And the more we let it learn, like the stock ECU can only learn so much, you know what I mean? Like, let's say 10%, I think it's actually 25% is what it can actually go up to. Whereas the Holley, you can have it at like 100% learn, which is really extreme. I usually don't like to have it more than 15%, but 15 to 20%. So as long as we're close with the stock ECU, it's not too bad getting it tuned. But the problem is that initial setup and initially getting it close enough to fire up. That's where I struggle. Yeah, that throttle hang I gotta figure out. It's not the end of the world, it's just, it'd be nice if it went right back down to idle. Yeah, when we were down in Texas with Goldie Hawn watching those, I think it was the driver's side, it was just constantly dead. It wasn't fluctuating like that. And the O2 sensors, think of it as a constant line. They're trying to stay as close to that line as they can, so they're going to bounce back and forth fairly quickly. And here you can see the passenger side is taking fuel away, and the driver's side is adding it because of that leak at the header. So yeah, it's definitely messing with the ECU. But I think we've got enough to check it out and see what things are doing. All right. Let's see how well it fires back up. Again, no throttle. Oh. Had to give it just a tiny bit of throttle. Yeah, this truck's rad, man. And now that we got some heat in it, we might be able to just tighten the header bolts and take care of that leak. But I think it's going to come down to pulling that one off and trying to whack it back in shape. But yeah, I think temperature's looking good. Fans seem to be working. Everything seems to be good. Just got to get the tune figured out, and in a perfect world, put fresh tires on it. There you can see. Yeah. Yeah, I really, and I still kind of think that it was a fluke that both tires spun. I would have swore, I would have bet a lot of money this had an open rear end. But maybe it's some sort of limited slip, like a sloppy limited slip. I don't know. I still think that at some point I'm going to have to weld this thing, which, that's fine. I welded the rear end in we welded the rear end in lots of things. But, yeah, I don't know how fast the tire was spinning over here, but I was watching this one in the mirror. And usually it's the passenger side that wants to spin on an open. Yeah, they've seen better days. I don't really think it's safe to make any passes on these. You can see it's like this thing most likely was sitting with the tires flat for a while, and then it just cracked the sides right there where it wrinkled. Yep, both on the same plane, so that's got to be what it was, which is a bummer because these have a bunch of tread left in them. But I've got the slicks left over from the RX-7 I can get tossed on, or realistically, for a 12-second little street truck, might just toss some regular street radials on it. We don't need slicks. It's maybe just a skosh overkill for now. But yeah, there's a lot of promise left in this little truck. I think a looser converter, obviously a better tune, but a looser converter seemed to want to foot brake pretty tight. And I know at the track, once we pull into like a water box or something, it'll burn out just fine. Might have to look at the brakes, give them a little bleed, and then just test this thing. This thing's a riot, man. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and clicking that bell. And I'll see you guys next time.